Salakia, this app keeps chopping up my videos. But anyway, I was gonna say, try it out. Next time you come across a, do it as a little experiment. You can show the names to anybody, and just observe how, the Israelites, even if they're 2/3, sometimes they'll get the word perfect. The first time you say Yahawah, bahashem, Yahawahshi, they'll repeat it to you effortlessly, flawlessly. But you give those true names to the heathen and even some of the 2/3, and they'll stumble trying to say those names. Like I say, somebody listen to this video, do it as an experiment. Show somebody the names and ask them to repeat it, and just see how that works out. Usually the Israelites, they'll say it correct the first time, maybe the second time, 2 tries. But the heathen and some of the 2/3, they'll struggle with those names trying to say it. You'll tell them, they'll sit there and try and say it 4 or 5 times and still F it up, And why? Because the name is bizarre to them. Let me use these strange definition again. It says unusual or surprising in a way that is unsettling or hard to understand. See, and that those names are unsettling even to the 2/3. And I even had this woman tell me, when you say that name, it makes me how she say it? Makes her uncomfortable, she said. You see? You know why? Because there's power in those names. That's why it made that bitch uncomfortable. But again, the word strange, these similar names, similar words, like I said, weird, bizarre, peculiar, unexpected, out of the ordinary, perplexing, questionable, spooky, creepy, unconventional, eccentric, ass backwards, off the wall. This is how the true names, they're strange to our people. They're off the wall. They're because to them the names are ass backwards, because they're used to the wicked heathen names that the oppressor gave them. You see? But anyway, I kind of got carried away with that strange part, the word. Anyway, let's read this. Verse 12. I have written to him the great things of my law, but they were counted as a strange thing. And yeah, so many of our laws are like that to our people. Strange and out of the ordinary. That's why the 2/3 can't believe, because that's the spirit Yahweh put on them to think that this truth and the laws are strange to them, right? Verse 13, they sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings and eat it, but Yahawah accepteth them not. Now will he remember their iniquity and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt, right? And this is Hosea during the time of Assyrian captivity. Remember, during the time of Hosea, the northern kingdom was in the Assyrian captivity, and they left. This is when they took counsel among each other. Tells you that in Esdras, 2nd Esdras, that the northern kingdom took counsel. Excuse me. The northern kingdom took counsel, and that's when they came to Arsareth, which would later be known as the northern, Central, and South Americas, right? So anyway, and then the prophecy was, like I just read, they shall return to Egypt. So guess what? Now, when they came to Arsareth, fast forward to, centuries, and the Edomite established Babylon here in America. And Babylon is also known as spiritual Egypt. So this is the prophecy it's talking about in verse 13. Verse 14, for Israel hath forgotten his maker and builded temples, and Judah hath multiplied fenced cities, but I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the places thereof. So this not only happened, when Jerusalem was under siege in 70 AD, but also remember, history repeats itself. It's also gonna, the fire is gonna devour the cities and devour Babylon America, which is the age and the generation that we're living in. So and it all goes back to idolatry. It all goes back to our people going off, calling on false gods, calling on gods that their forefathers never knew, right? Our forefathers never, you know what I'm saying? You think about it. Our forefathers, in the Old Testament, never once called on no damn J-word man, okay? No, they were calling on Yahawah, and then after the sacrifice, Yahawahshi, the Lamb of Yahawah, then what were they teaching? They were teaching Yahawahshi, the New Testament, right? The whole New Testament is based and is about Yahawahshi. All right? So those are the only names that we can call on. That's the true doctrine. That's knowledge. That's wisdom. That's the foundation. That's the beginning of wisdom, is fear of Yahawah. But the very thing after that is the foundation, which are the names. Yahawah, bahashem, Yahawahshi. But remember, the names of Yahawah, bahashem are strange to the 2/3 and strange to the heathen. Bizarre. You see, weird, mysterious, freaky. They're scared of the true names. Like I said, that bitch that I talked to, and she said she was a Gadite, but I believe maybe she could have been, but I believe she was a Edomite. But I had a couple conversations with her, and I remember the last conversation I had with her. She said, it makes me uncomfortable when you use those names. Why? Because that bitch was in the spirit of a heathen. Those names were freaky to her, So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I hope the lesson was edifying. I want to give all the praise, all the glory unto Yahawah, bahashem, Yahawahshi, bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.